Ah, yes, the classic thrilling tale of a zombie outbreak when a disease infects those around us and the immune are forced to live in a torn apart society with the goal of finding a cure or simply starting over. Well, what if I told you that zombies are not only fiction? Hey, Wanderers! Welcome back to another Foolish Wanderers podcast, the podcast about anything and everything. Welcome back to Spooktober 2024. Today, we're going to be talking about actual zombie cases in the animal kingdom. And it's episode 130 episodes.
Oh, wow. That's a
Yeah,
pretty big milestone.
that is a big milestone.
Jeez.
I don't really realize just how many we've made until recently. I've been editing and putting them up, and I'm like, oh, we've made a lot of episodes the last 3 years.
I mean, because I use Spotify, so on Spotify, when I pull our podcast up, I definitely have to scroll a lot
Yes.
to get through all the episodes. Like, definitely getting my fingers like a workout, just
Yep.
scrolling.
Get 2 reps in there. You gotta
Oh,
scroll.
put my Fitbit
Yeah.
on my fingers. I could.
You get 4 extra steps in there? Heck yeah. Alrighty. So I have a mix of zombie creatures or fungi and stuff. Mostly it's fungus, and they infect.
That's scary.
It is. My sister actually suggested this. I asked her if she had any ideas for Spooktober, and she goes, what about those zombie fungus?
So it's supposed
okay.
to be Spooktober, so spooky, like cute spooky, not terrifying spooky. Especially since there's that TV show on HBO Max or HBO that's The Last of Us with
Yeah.
that I've
The
watched
fungi thing.
with that's actually like the mushroom fungi zombie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the first episode is terrifying.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot about it.
It's basically, from what I remember, is I'm gonna butcher this, but some sort of this fungi, because of global warming or something, or climate change, the temperature rate goes up 2 degrees or something, causing this bacteria that's able to live in these mushrooms to mutate and be able to then pass on to humans or living things like rats. And it starts in Indonesia or Thailand in this flour factory. It's from the flour, the grains or something of the flour. So the flour is the origin of this zombie disease thing.
So it just spreads through flour.
So it spreads through flour. So then the flour, goes into the bread and Wonder Bread in the grocery store, and then it spreads everywhere and around the world, and it's
my favorite food group, carbs. No. That is my downfall. No. I mean, that would make sense though, in an actual scenario, something being spread through flour, because everybody uses it, either some sort of grain. That's scary.
Yeah. No, the first episode was scary because they tried to put science and everything behind it, and I'm not a scientist, so put some glasses on, put some glasses and a suit on a person and give them a bit large vocabulary, and I'm like, yeah, definitely, it could be possible.
I believe what you say.
I believe what you say.
Big lab coat.
Yep.
White lab coat.
So that's so this episode of this podcast makes me think of that, and it's terrifying.
Well, I apologize. I saved the best ones for last, so don't worry.
Are you kidding? Or are you the worst is last, right?
Potentially.
Okay.
We'll get to it. So the first one I have for you are zombie spiders.
I'm not scared of spiders, are you?
It depends. Jumping spiders I think are cute. They're the only spider that I can tolerate. But other ones, I'll carry them outside or something, but I'm not a fan of them. I'm not overly terrified of them, but I'm not a fan.
I'm not scared of spiders. I can, take them out if they're crawling around or whatever. I don't like dock spiders. Have you seen those before?
Oh, the big fluffy ones.
Huge, yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Those will startle me.
Yeah. Didn't
So
you say you, like, had one crawling on you when you slept one night?
it wasn't a dock spider, but it was a
Oh, okay.
pretty, big spider, like house
Ugh.
spider thing. It was pretty big. Yeah, that's horrifying. That's like your worst nightmare of, when you're like sitting there or laying down, you're sitting and every once in a while you feel kind of like like a crawling sensation on your
Mhm.
skin or something. You're like, oh my gosh, there's a bug there. So you
Yep.
look or you slap it and there's nothing there. It's just like your nerves or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
This time it actually was something, and it was a spider crawling on my arm while I was laying in bed.
Oh, it's there. Oh, no. I hate that. Ugh. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've known people that have, like, pet tarantulas and stuff, and I'm like,
No, no, no.
no, thank you." Like, I'll look at it through the glass enclosure, but I'm not gonna hold it.
Right. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. Alrighty, back to zombie spiders. So I apologize for if I mispronounce anything. There's a lot of like scientific names. I'll try to look it up later if I mispronounce them terribly. But the first one is an Annulosimus eximus spider. They are social animals that prefer to remain in groups, never straying too far from their colonies. So these colonies can like be up to or like over 1,000 spiders in one colony. And they make
Oh
webs
my
that cover
god.
entire trees. So there's like I don't know if these are the ones that I'm thinking of, like in Australia. There's like a season where basically like you look outside and it looks like it snowed. No, it's just spider webs. I don't know if that's these spiders or not, but it's like that same thing. Like they'll cover entire trees. Kendra looks horrified. Um,
They're
there's
in
like
packs?
yeah, of like 1,000.
That's like an army.
Yeah, but they're just chilling, having a grand old time in this tree.
I
Yeah.
like that. They're social animals.
Social. They have
They're
little parties.
social insects. Right?
Yep.
Are they arachnid? They're arachnids.
Arachnids, yeah.
They're
Yep.
social arachnids.
Yeah, so there was a research team led by Fernandez Fournier, I believe. Uh, the team noticed that members of the species of spiders was infected with Zetopia wasp larvae, and when they were infected with these larvae, they exhibited very strange behaviors. They would leave their colony to weave tightly spun cocoon-like webs in remote locations. When the researchers opened these artificial cocoons, they found Zetopia larvae growing inside. So, with further research, the scientists realized that the Zetopia wasps lay eggs on the abdomen of the spiders. And then, when the egg hatches, the wasp larva emerges, and it starts feeding on the spider and begins to take control of its body. When the larva gained full control of its host, it turns into a zombie like creature that is compelled to stray away from its mates and spin cocoon like nests that will allow the larva to grow into the adult wasp form. Before entering its new cocoon, though, the wasp larva first finishes its quote job by devouring the spider.
Wait, what? There's wasps in this now?
Yeah, this is a wasp. It's not like it's not like a fungus infection, but basically something like happens when this wasp lays larva on the spider. It like somehow controls it to like get away from its colony and basically sacrifice itself for the wasp larva.
Weird.
It's really weird. There's a lot of weird stuff like this in here. Wasps are weird creatures and I do not understand why they exist. Like any wasp or like yellow jacket. Bees, I love. Wasps, no, not so much. Wasps and mosquitoes are the two things with like the bugs, the insect kingdom that I could do without.
And
But
dolphins.
that's not the insect kingdom, but yeah. See,
Dolphins are awful.
they're weird. Yeah,
They're the ditties of the sea.
I was gonna say, is
They're
that where
the
you're
P
going with
ditties
it?
of the sea.
Yeah, they are. Yep. All right, moving on to zombie ants. This is the one that I think I first heard of, as far as like a infection zombie like reaction. This is the one that my sister suggested this podcast be about. So I need to look up how to say this.
Ophiocordyceps. Because that's the thing that from the TV show. The
Is it
cordyceps
this one?
mushroom. Yes, that's the thing.
Let me listen to the.
The cordyceps. That's it.
Yeah, you're right. Orpheocordyceps. So this is the fungus that haunts Kendra's nightmares. Alright, so the Ophiocordyceps is a genus of fungi that has more than 200 species, and microecologists are still counting, so there's more than 200. Many species of fungi can be dangerous, often because they are toxic to animals, but there is one thing in particular that makes the Ophiocordyceps especially frightening. These species of fungus, quote, target and infect various insects through their spores. After infection takes place, the parasitic fungus takes control of the insect's mind, altering its behavior to make the propagation of fungal spores more likely. So the Ophiocordyceps fungus feeds on the insects they attach to, growing in and out of their bodies until the insect dies. One of the species of this fungus specifically infects, controls, and kills carpenter ants, native to North America. When it infects carpenter ants, they turn into zombies. The zombified ant then leaves its colony and begins to climb up into a nearby tree, taking a jaw grip on the underside of a leaf where it stays. The high elevation allows the fungus to grow, and the fungus eventually produces a stalk from the dead zombie's head, from which the spores are released, intended on infecting more ants at the colony. So researchers from the Pennsylvania State or Penn State University found that the fungi takes control of the ant's muscle fibers, forcing it to move as it wants it to.
It's horrible.
It's just weird. It's
It-
fascinating how like a fungus can do that it takes control of like the muscle fibers.
You just
That's
don't
crazy.
think that would be a thing, you know?
No, it sounds like science fiction, but it's not. It's creepy. But yeah, this is like something I saw when I was like in middle school on like Animal Planet. It was real weird. Moving on to a personal bodyguard. So there are many species of parasitic wasps, but for some arachnoid wasps, they have evolved to turn their hosts into zombie bodyguards. The adult wasp finds freshly hatched caterpillars and deposits dozens of eggs inside. Once the eggs hatch, the wasp larvae feed on the caterpillar's insides. Somehow, these larvae know not to eat the caterpillar's vital organs, and the caterpillar continues its life unaware of the situation. When the wasp larvae are ready to pupate, they eat their way out of the caterpillar and begin spinning their cocoons. The caterpillar not only survives this ordeal, but begins behaving against its own interest. It reinforces the wasp cocoons with its own silk, then it stops feeding and stands guard over the wasp pupa. As the wasps develop, the caterpillar fiercely defends them from predators. By the time the adult wasps emerge, their bodyguard will have starved to death. Scientists still don't know the exact mechanism for the zombie-like behavior.
Again with the wasps. You weren't kidding.
Yep. Yep. I don't like wasps, and like I never have, and this just reinforced that.
How are they able to do this?
I don't know. Isn't that weird?
Very.
I don't understand like how the caterpillar survives, with all this, because like they're eating its tissues.
Yeah.
I think
What the heck?
Yep.
One time I was eating like a ham, like a turkey wrap or something,
Okay.
at a park, and there were wasps.
Okay.
And I had it like I put the wrap down, and the
Mhm.
wasp landed on it, and I didn't eat it obviously, right? And I like moved away, and I came back after it had left. It like ate, like there was a little chunk missing from the wrap.
I don't doubt it.
I didn't know that they ate meat.
I don't know if I've seen that before, but I've definitely seen like wasps take like chunks out of wood, like the paper wasps.
It ate turkey.
Delicious. Thank you, Kendra, for your sacrifice.
Wasps are crazy.
Yeah, they're weird. Did you know that pelicans also eat small birds sometimes?
I'm not surprised. Those things are nasty.
They apparently, so I learned this morbid fact today. They apparently just like get a little bird sometimes in their mouth and just shake it, or like open and close their mouth until the bird stops moving. It's
See,
vile.
they're just nasty. Ugh.
Yeah, it's vile. All right, we're on to more wasps.
More wasps?
More wasps. So this one has been dubbed baby wasp food. So it is straight out of a movie. A quick stab to the brain turns an innocent onlooker into the victim of a brutal assault and kidnapping. Except this time, that defenseless victim is one of the world's most hated insects, the cockroach. And the villain is a wasp. So in this true story, the venom of the emerald cockroach wasp renders the cockroach unable to move, though it is not paralyzed. Once the cockroach is immobilized, the wasp implants its abdomen with a single egg and drags it to the wasp's lair. The larva later hatches and eats the still living but zombie-like cockroach from the inside out. A month later, the now mature wasp flies away from the scene of the crime, leaving only a rotting cockroach carcass behind.
I like that the wasp has a lair, like it drags the victim to the lair.
They do, though. They're like the super villains. It's crazy. All right, so this one, we're going aquatic for this one. This one's about a crab.
Okay.
Yeah, not a wasp this time.
Are you sure there's no like underground crab, like not underground, but underwater crab wasp thing?
Wasp? I don't know. There are underground wasps, like sand wasps. I had those around my house when I was growing up. They're very mean. Very, like, they'll chase you down. It's creepy. So, a female Saculina barnacle, also known as the crab hacker barnacle, wants to nest inside a crab, so it looks around until it finds soft tissue at the crab's joint to burrow into. Leaving its old barnacle body behind, once inside, the barnacle makes a nice little home that looks like a tumor, extending tendrils through the crab's body and slowly eating its host.
Oh no! Tendrils? Nothing. No with nothing. No, no, no to the no, no to the tendrils. Oh my goodness.
So after killing the reproductive organs of its new host, the barnacle makes its still living home become the babysitter, as the crab loses its interest in anything but serving its zombie overlord. So according to the Smithsonian Institution, the barnacle manipulates the crab to care for the barnacle like it would its own offspring, protecting it, grooming it, and wafting it with fresh oxygenated water. The barnacle also bores a hole through the crab's shell and invites willing males to come and mate.
This is just crazy.
Life is weird.
The ocean is just scares me. It's terrifying.
It is scary. We don't know like what most of it is.
Uh-uh.
A lot of creepy stuff in
Oh
there.
my god. I don't even know what to say about this. This is just like a science fiction. It's like the movie Alien or something.
Yeah, I'm sure that's been based off of like some sort of animal kingdom thing.
Definitely. Oh my goodness.
I think so. There's either I think there's eels and there's one type of shark that like scientists have tried to find like how like they are born and like what their beginning life stages are, but like we don't know. It's weird.
There's tons of fish that they find creatures in the ocean that they find every year that are new.
Yeah. Well, it's like eels. We don't know like how they're born.
We don't?
I think it's eels. Let me Google quick. How are eels born?
Like you don't know if it's and they're eggs?
Oh, okay. There's specific kinds we do and don't know. So, quick Google search from BBC Science Focus magazine, quick little blurb from 2023, says that it was only in 2022 that scientists tracked silver eels to their spawning grounds, where the females release millions of eggs and then are fertilized by the males.
Okay.
I guess, like, I thought someone said, like, we had no idea. Now we do. Okay.
Now we do. But that's till, what, you say 2022?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
That is, yeah, for how long we've known they have existed.
That's wild.
Yeah. Ready to get back into more zombies?
Yeah, if I have to.
This one's a little bit more tame. This one is a plant variant.
Oh.
I dubbed it Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh, Mr. Kendra plays that.
I love that game. It was so much fun. Okay, so in 2014, researchers from John Eanes Centre in Norwich, United Kingdom, found that a certain bacteria, known as phytoplasma, turns some plants into zombies. The bacteria, which insects disseminate, infect plants such as goldenrods, which have yellow flowers. The infection causes the goldenrods to put out leaf-like extensions instead of their actual blooms. So it looks like it's like a bunch of lettuce instead of the little flowers. These leaf-like growths attract more insects, which allows the bacteria to travel widely and infect other plants. While the transformation does not cause the plant to die, researchers are fascinated by how the phytoplasma can bend the host's will to make it grow the elements that they require to spread and thrive. Then there's a quote, the insects transmit bacteria, so-called phytoplasmas, which destroy the life cycle of the plants.
We have goldenrods in the Midwest, don't we?
There's a bunch of different kinds of goldenrod.
Okay, I didn't know that, but...
Yeah, I didn't either until I started looking it up, but yeah, there's a bunch of different kinds.
Alright.
So, yeah. This one's like more from like the UK, this version, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the zombie variant is over here or not, I guess.
I hope not, but I don't know. It's definitely in the United Kingdom then, right?
Yeah, this is where the researchers found it, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, I mean, if it's brought over by, like, a bug or something, it could move over
I
here.
mean, this is very tame to our previous with the crab, and that, like, that was crazy. Like,
Yeah.
they're using the crab's carcass as, like, a place to get it on with its mate.
Yep.
That is wild.
It's nasty. Okay, so now I have a couple, ones that I think I've dubbed Kendra's Nightmare, because they are
No. No.
zombie birds.
I'm not kidding you, I did get a shiver, like, legitly,
Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
I
Okay.
am not a fan of birds. I don't know why more people aren't kind of freaked out by those things.
Yeah, I mean, some birds creep me out, but not nearly as much as they do you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so roly-poly bugs, or potato bugs, or pill bugs, many names for them, they are cute and harmless members of the insect world, right? Sure, as long as they haven't been taken over by the... Ah, shit, I need to... Sorry. I need to figure out how to pronounce this.
Stupid Latin.
Dang it, Latin?
Acanthocephalin?
It's a long word.
Acanthocephalon. Acanthocephalon.
You're close.
Dang.
Acanthocephalin.
Say it again.
Acanthocephalin.
I have a lisp.
You said flan instead of flin, so you're very close.
English
good job.
sucks. It
This
looks
is
like
Latin.
a full... Oh, it is
So, I mean, yeah.
Proto... Oh my gosh. Proto-English sucks.
Okay.
Oh my god, it is Latin. I just said that too, right? Like,
Yeah, you
like
did.
30 seconds prior.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, as long as they haven't been taken over by the Encephalotephalon, a parasite. According to the University of Michigan's Animal Diversity Web, this parasite lives in the intestinal tracts of starlings, which are birds, and gets pooped out and eaten by hungry pillbugs, which love bird poop for some reason.
Ooh, well, I mean, Inca likes... She's not a bird, but she's in, like, the phase of her young Pomeranian life of hunting down bunny poop.
Oh no.
I know.
I'm sure there's more of it, like bunny and deer poop now, because like harvest season and they're just like out more.
Yeah. She's crazed. Obsessed.
Oh, Inca,
Disgusting.
why?
We have to brush her teeth.
Ew, she gets that much of it?
Well, I mean, no, but you know, like Mr.
Okay.
Kendra brushes her teeth when he notices that she's been
That's
feasting on...
nasty.
I know. It's disgusting. Never did it her whole life, and then all of a sudden now.
Oh,
I'm hoping
man.
it's a phase.
Oh, I hope so, but once I get the taste of it, good luck.
The chocolatey treats.
It's not Easter, Inca, stop it. Okay.
She has her holidays mixed up.
No. Okay, so once inside the body of the oblivious roly-poly, the parasite takes over its brain and urges the zombified bug to do ill-advised things, such as
Rob a
make
bank.
yes, stick him up. It just waddles into a bank, the little top hat.
Roly-poly. I mean, Roly-poly kind of sounds like a cute Western villain.
Yeah, can you imagine him just like in a cartoon, just rolling in because he has armor? Anyways,
Yeah, with a little cowboy hat and like 2 little pistols, side pistols.
heck yeah,
Yeah, rolls
a little
in.
belt. Heck
Roly-poly.
yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, so such ill-advised things include making its whereabouts widely known to predators such as starlings, and thus the parasite completes its journey when a starling swoops in and eats the zombie pillbug. The parasite waits for its chance to find another bug upon which to practice mind control.
It can't do it on the starling?
Not yet.
Oh my god. Why did
It's
you say
working
that?
on it. I don't
It's
know.
working on it.
It's working on it because
Starlings are freaky.
They do those. But
They do those crazy cloud things with each other. You know what I'm talking about?
Things. Oh, just like a swarm of them.
But they do like these weird shapes of these swarms. It's
I'll
some
look that up.
they do. I don't know what, but like on my way to work in the mornings, every once in a while I'll see them, like they're swarms.
Huh.
It's creepy. It looks like something kind of alien-y ish.
Like it belongs in the Birds movie.
Like it's not like a cloud. They make weird,
Mm.
like aerodynamic, like kind of like ethereal, like shapes, like
Hmm.
in the sky. It's really weird.
Huh. I'll have to look that up. Interesting. Okay, so the last example I have for you is also a zombie bird. This was more zombie bird, so you're
Why?
a bigger nightmare for
Couldn't we
you.
do like?
I mean, I have an extra bonus one I left out because it's like actually scary. Like could infect humans. We could talk about that one instead.
Is that like the deer thingy?
Oh no, the not deer.
Yeah.
That's also a thing. Chronic wasting disease.
Yeah, that's like a zombie, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't put that one in here, but yeah, we talked about that. I can't remember what episode it was, but
It was
yeah,
a,
it's
it's a great episode if you find it. I don't know what I'd have to scroll forever. It's a great
it
episode.
was a while ago, but yeah, it's creepy, and I remember it right after like we recorded that episode of like because a not deer is like a deer but not.
That's why it's called not deer.
It's such a creative name, I know, but it does things that aren't natural for deer behaviors, and it makes it more like they're more prone to like approaching humans and stuff, which deer don't do because they're very like timid creatures typically. So, but like one of the explanations for not deer is the chronic wasting disease, which affects and basically deteriorates a deer from the inside out, and it could affect a human if you eat it. So,
Has it?
I don't know if it has officially. Let me Google that quick.
I mean, we could be talking about the same thing, like having the same conversation as that episode. I don't know.
We honestly could be. I don't remember.
Okay, I found it. So, episode
Okay.
30. If any of the listeners are interested and have not listened to that episode that we're referencing, it is episode 31.
Oh my goodness, that was a long time. That was 100 episodes ago.
Oh, it is.
That's actually really cool.
That's actually pretty cool. But so it's so it's the not deer, and then it's crystal skulls as well.
Oh, okay.
The crystal
a
skulls
while
part
ago.
was lame, but
I mean, it's more like science fiction than
yeah. It
which
was
I know
it was
isn't
lame.
what you wanted, but
No, I wanted the aliens with the weird Indiana Jones thing. That's what I wanted. And it wasn't
Yeah,
that at
no.
all. The not deer one, just listen to the first half of the episode. It's great.
Yeah. So for a quick Google search, apparently the disease so far has not been known to infect humans thus far, but
Good.
but you're not supposed to eat it because it could affect you. Like we don't know how, but like don't eat infected meat, basically. It comes from the CDC, so yeah, just stay away from animals that have diseases
Infected
like
meat? Yeah.
that. Infected meat.
That needs to be on a sign
Don't eat infected meat.
In a butcher shop. Don't eat
Yeah,
infected
yeah.
meat.
Oh, it rhymes. Nice.
There you go. It'd be like
Beautiful.
give a hoot, don't pollute. But
Yeah.
okay, what would instead of Hootie the Owl or whatever, what would the cartoon, like the character, the mascot be for that?
Don't eat infected meat.
Yeah, what would it be?
A not deer.
Maybe like a cow that has mad cow disease or something.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's also terrifying too.
But like it could make it like cute, like a mascot, like cartoon, like the Hootie the Owl. But
I'm
instead
cutely
it's
disintegrating.
yeah, I'm cutely disintegrating.
Oh no! Oh, that's horrible.
Don't eat infected meat.
It just dances around.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh
Okay,
my
should we
gosh. I gotta write that down. Hold on. Okay, you can get into it, but I'm writing that down.
Okay, you should make a sticker for it.
I should.
I would buy it.
It's hilarious.
That's great. If we ever do merch, that has to be a t-shirt.
Oh well.
That'd be great. Do you remember? So back when we very first started this podcast, I started a list of like ideas to make for merch. And
Oh,
one
I
of
think I
them-
have that too.
Do you?
Oh yeah. What do you got?
So the one that always like sticks in my brain was like I was gonna make a Foolish Wanderers menu where we'd have like all like the weird like what was it like floor lettuce and and infected meat would be on there now, or alien pancakes. Like I'll be on this menu.
Oh my gosh, I remember that one. I remember the alien pancakes, and obviously I remember our dear friend Kathy's floor lettuce. That
I don't remember what episode that was at all.
anytime I'm having like a bad day, or not anytime, but if I'm having a bad day and I think about it, the floor lettuce, immediate smile on my face.
I love it. What was the tomato thing? Did she have tomatoes too? Or
I don't
mushrooms?
remember. I just remember there being in her apartment on the second floor of the apartment. There was the kiddie pool, the plastic kiddie pool that's got like the cartoon, like off-brand, like Little Mermaid fish and stars and stuff printed on it. And it was blue, and there was just dirt in there, and it was a head of lettuce growing, and it was just like chilling there in the middle of her kitchen on the floor.
Was it just
I
one?
don't. It's just I just remember seeing the one. I mean, I have no idea if she was like, what can you do with just the one? Like, can you just put like a little bit of lettuce on your sandwich? And then be like, oh my god, there's just all this dirt in it. I don't remember. This is what's.
Oh, I'm crying. Okay.
I just like I wonder. It's funny. It's like I wonder if the cashier, when she checked out with the kiddie pool, if the cashier ever would have guessed that she would be growing a head of lettuce in there instead of having like kids play in there.
Just the one singular head of lettuce.
There might have been more. I really hope. I bet there was more. I just remember
bet so.
seeing one.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that I just think of it like every once in a while, and it's so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, but yeah, no, that's on the menu. It's just floor lettuce. Okay, let's get into the last zombie bird. Okay, so this is a bird because I'm not just saying this word. So great tits. They're
What?
They are.
What did you say?
It is a type of bird, and you can look it up. It's called a great tit. Just say it. It's a bird. So they look cute when they're perched on a branch. You never know that they would have a taste for bat brains.
What?
So this one, like, I you can Google images if you would like, Wanders.
I am right now.
There's images that get very graphic about this story that I'm gonna tell you right now.
It looks like a chickadee.
Yeah, so the birds are cute, but if you
The
Google,
bird is cute.
yeah, if you Google the great tit bird with bat brain, it gets a little
Oh my gosh.
Yep, that's exactly what I said too when I Googled it. So,
Dude,
yeah.
do you see this photo of it like standing over the mouse that it killed, and it's got its little like foot possessively on the head of the mouse, and it's looking at the camera like, what are you gonna do about it?
Look,
Do you
wait,
see that?
there's like a character. It looks like a penguin from like a movie I've seen. The most rotund penguin, just like gangster. Yeah,
Oh my
no,
goodness.
they're
These
scary.
things are like, they're like little mafia birds.
Yes.
It's eating another bird over here.
Yep, that needs to be a t-shirt too. You gotta get your don't eat infected meat and then your gangster birds.
Oh my gosh.
Gangster tits.
Gangster tits.
Okay. So in a remote cave in Hungary, these birds are exhibiting some very unusual behavior. There, the great tits have turned into predators who search out and eat roosting bats. They track down the groggy bats who have just like woken up or are sleeping, and they crack their skulls open and eat their brains.
They didn't.
They
They owe them money.
They did. They didn't pay their. They didn't pay him.
They
Give
didn't
me
pay
my
the
money.
tits.
They didn't pay
The tits
the,
need to be fed.
the gangster tits.
Gangsta tits need to be fed. You didn't give them their money, their bread.
Oh man. So researchers found that the trick is passed down from generation to generation of the great tit birds to the next, as they teach their children how to do this. So providing an example of cultural transmission in aviation species. So a team of scientists led by Peter Estock at Max Planck Institute for Ornithology in Germany reported that on hearing the pipistrelle bats squeak, the great ticks
The great tits. The tits take advantage and they swoop in. And they flap and they fly and they suffocate.
Oh gosh.
They bounce. And they bounce. And they...
Oh no. Okay. So basically, when these like bats squeak, these birds zero in on them and start to peck at them.
The tits bounce on their heads.
Yeah. So whether the birds are an isolated group who have learned to prey on these bats in the cave, or whether the great tits in Europe are altering their eating habits in a similar way is uncertain. So it's like hard to tell like for certain if it's just this group of bats or if it's like or birds or if it's like every one of these birds in existence. The researchers staked out the cave and spent 22 days observing over 2 winters. On hearing the bat calls, the birds flew slowly along the roof of the cliff where the animals nestled. The birds were recorded killing bats 16 different times.
Oh my goodness.
So, quote, "We found several carcasses and one was in what I would call a terminal state," said Istok. "A great tit had pecked away all of the muscle, fat, and intestines, and even the brain. All that was left was skin and bones. This was the first time these birds have been seen capturing and eating bats. The researchers found that when offered sunflower seeds and bacon scraps, the tits stopped flying into the cave. So they need an offering of bacon scraps and sunflower seeds. The bats will be spared.
Do?
Yeah, the tits do, yeah. So the researchers speculate that the great tits may be taking advantage of food available in their immediate environment, as blue tits in Britain have done, opening doorstep milk bottles to drink the cream. So like the blue tits in Britain go to like doorstep to doorstep and like open the milk bottles and drink from the milk.
You're saying that blue tits need milk?
Yeah, they don't make it their own.
Cream? They don't make it their own.
Yeah.
That's a zinger. That's a zinger.
These birds are nuts.
I would take this so much more seriously if these birds' names were not the great tits.
You know, I read this, I was like, it's creepy and I want to put it in here, but the name is just
too funny.
It is.
It needs a more serious name, and I think people would take it more seriously.
It probably was like back when they were named, and now it's just like, we've come too far as a society.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the blue-footed booby.
Sorry, I'm 4.
I just love the oh man, but yeah, that's all I have for this episode of Real Life Zombies. So some resources I used include livescience.com, medicalnewstoday.com, greatparks.org, and theguardian.com.
They're selling.
Oh no, what?
I don't get it, but like they're selling the great tits like greeting card. Is that a love letter card? I don't understand it.
I eat albeit brains for breakfast.
See, I don't get that.
Well, that's like the bat. So I mean, maybe it's just like threatening.
Oh, I thought it was okay. Yeah,
I think that's the bats, like the kind of bat, right? Let me find it again. I'm trying to find the name of the bats.
Oh my god, it's ableist.
Oh, wait, no, let me
We're
read.
Dumb.
I can't read their cursive.
We couldn't read cursive. I had to click on the web page and it was in, like type instead of like cursive, and I was like, oh, it's ableist.
So wait, what does it say again?
It says I eat ableist. It says I eat ableist brains for breakfast. But we thought we couldn't read. We're like, oh, it must be the bat. We can't read cursive.
Yeah.
We have fallen as a society.
Yeah.
My bad.
We read most of it, just not the
most important freaking part. Not the explainer.
Oh well, that's fine.
God. We can't. This is the country. This is the state that we're in. We cannot read cursive. You know what? I have never been able to read it, so
it's just I don't think it's being taught in schools anymore either.
I don't think it is.
Yeah,
and I mean, we were like the last ones where we were all like, why? And even the teachers were like, I know, right?
Yeah, I guess like was it 3rd or 4th grade that I was taught cursive? I don't remember, but yeah, my teacher then was like pretty adamant about teaching us, but then like after that, nobody wrote in cursive. Maybe like a few people, but no one cared.
Mm-hmm.
So just, yeah.
Did you ever hear the from like your math teacher? They said you'll never have a calculator in your back pocket, so you're gonna have to know this. It's like I already had a cell phone that had a calculator on it.
Yeah, even like the razors and stuff it did.
I know.
The flip phones.
I never had a razor. those were like, I think all the older kids had them.
I had one in middle school.
You had a razor?
Yeah, because our middle school was in a different town. So my parents were like, you should probably get a phone just in case. Because the school was like 15 minutes away.
Oh,
10,
nice.
15 minutes. So
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
I couldn't text or anything on it. I could just call my parents.
Did you have like Brick Breaker on there or something? Or
I don't remember. I think I had Snake.
okay.
I don't remember though. But yeah, that was my first phone
Mine
for
was
emergencies.
like a little Samsung, like a flip phone or something, and it had a camera.
Okay, yeah.
I had that, and then my second phone was like a Motorola's smartphone.
Okay.
It looked like an iPhone, but it wasn't an iPhone, right? And then I had an iPhone,
Okay.
and then iPhones, and then it was like then I have a Samsung Galaxy.
Okay.
And that was my boring phone chronicles.
Yay. Yeah, I didn't have a smartphone until halfway through college, honestly. I had my iPod Touch like in high school.
Yeah,
And like my little slider phone.
I still
my
remember
text
you
phone.
having it like something iPod Touch.
Yeah, I had an iPod Touch, and then that's like where I got Snapchat on and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should never have gotten a smartphone. But it has TikTok on there, and you couldn't.
Yeah.
You could not live without the talk.
I looked at my like average daily usage of TikTok.
What was it?
Do I take a guess of like how many hours on average I spent on it a day?
7.
4.
See, I'm horrible at guessing. There you go. Now you feel better about yourself. Don't you feel better about yourself? I said 7, and it's not even there. It's at 4.
I like it really depends on the day too, but like 7's like a whole day at work. That's a long time on TikTok.
See, now I feel better because I guessed 7 and I was not right. It was 4.
Yeah.
I wasn't even close.
Just 3 hours off. That's fine. That's still a long time. I have an issue. I need to do other stuff.
You say you learn stuff on there. I don't know.
I do. I learn some stuff.
Some stuff.
And I watch Sabrina Carpenter's tour on there.
You're learning the music. Like, that's learning.
Yeah. All right, Wanderers. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Foolish Wonders podcast, Spooktober 2024. We hope you enjoyed and weren't too scarred out of, learning
the
disturbing facts. The great tits. Yep.
Oh, the great tits of the big tits.
The great tits. Oh, man. If you have any suggestions for any future episodes, please feel free to email us at fwplisteners@gmail.com.
And as always, new episodes of the FWP are released to wherever you get your podcasts from, including this place that you are listening to right now.
All right, Wanderers. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you guys next time. Spooktober.